I know we're recording with my cute little cartoon because I'm technology challenged and I'm cheap. So I can't record from the phone and I can record here, but you can't use the video. So hooray.
All right.
All right. If you guys could mute yourself, I have a couple of things I wanted to go over. And then we have Shanae all to ourselves, which is super fun. And I'm going to mute you, Diane. All right, so business. I put out a Galentine's or Valentine's Day bingo challenge, our very first team challenge. I haven't gotten any back yet, and they're due Tuesday. So, hint, hint, go fill those out. It's easy. It's just talking. And then I looked at the Align launch plan and the theme for this week, which is, I think this is so cool that they have laid this all out for us, given us a theme to run with, and they've told us what to do. So just real quick, the theme this week is why Align. And it was suggested to share bite-sized pieces about why you are choosing Align. And then I think this is something you can get really creative with. You can create your own posts. We have graphics you can use in our little work group. And they've even said use their official posts, share their official posts, but use your own verbiage. It can't be easier than that. But you're kind of just introducing, with 2 weeks to go, you're still sharing why you're doing this company before there's even a product. So I think if we just stop and dig in a little bit, then you've got some great stories to tell already. That leads me to the next thing, which is invite guests to tomorrow's live, which could be coming from the front of the courthouse tomorrow because I have jury duty. We'll see how that goes. Of course, it's the one day I didn't want it. So invite your friends to the live tomorrow. I've created a post for you to use as a jump off point in our work group. So go in and grab it, do whatever you want with it. I will be the one sharing my story on why I've chosen Align to run with. So I'm really honored to be able to share that with everybody. And I hope you'll come and support me. Just so I know that there's some familiar faces there anyway. Not that there's a ton of familiar faces, but this is my group right here. These are my girls. So if you could come and hang out with me, that'd be great. And then it says to add your guests to that group. So invite a couple of people, reach out to a couple of people you want to work with and invite them to come and check it out. That's at 5 o'clock Pacific tomorrow, or 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, our sample post is in the work group. So I'm making it easy for you. Super easy. Do you guys have any questions about any of that? Because I know I have a ton of questions for Shanae and I'm so ready to get started on that. Let's unmute Shanae then. Most of us know Shanae and we know her face, but some of us don't. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. And one thing I want to add to like talking about why Align, when you're talking about why Align, you know what the most important story is? It's yours. And so I will talk just for a minute about why I chose Align. And then you guys can ask me whatever you want. So I have been in the social sales industry now for 11 years, over 11 years. I really have only focused in one company before this, as far as social sales go. But I got in, just like you guys, right at the beginning. And I will say, while anyone can join at any time and find success, like really starting at the beginning and taking that opportunity and running with it, yes, that gives you an edge. It definitely does. I was able to start right at the beginning. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know how much experience. I know some of your experience, but I don't know how much experience some of you have, but I had none. Before I did social sales, I was a music teacher. I taught band, choir, orchestra, guitar. So social sales was like a way different thing, right? Creating graphics, sharing my story, other things like that. It didn't come naturally to me. And I think that that is one of the reasons why I'm in the position that I'm in today, because I realized I really wanted to make a company like this work because I had little ones at home, one of them who was diagnosed with autism, and I knew I needed to have time available at home, but my family needed extra income. And so once I really decided, like, I'm going to figure this out. And so I just took I called them, instead of being like, I can't do that, I was like, this is a problem to solve. I'm going to solve the problem of how to intentionally recruit. I'm going to solve the problem of how to do follow-ups. And just so you guys know, this is a small group, but I do not like follow-ups, but I always did them. And I called them FUs, and then I rewarded myself after follow-ups. So I took every single hurdle that social sales presented and just figured out a system that I would try. And then I would hone it until I got good at it. And by the end of my time at my last company, I had been in the top 10 recruiter. I had been in the top 25 sales for this field. I really had started to figure it out. And so I'm really excited to be in the position of helping to create systems at Align that we are going to help you hone, and we're going to help you to be able to share Align with everyone. Align came into my life because I've known Jessie Condor for 6 or 7 years. We worked in the same social sales company for a while, but then she left, I think 4 years before I did, maybe 3 years. She called to check in with me last summer and kind of just said, like, what if we just like started our own? Because we know some of the big misses that have happened with these other companies. We've watched it, we've experienced it. And I was like, oh, I mean, like, keep me in the loop, probably thinking more that I would be a frontline consultant or something like that. But I called her back a couple days later and I was like, I'll help you find money. I will invest my own money, and we are ready to do it. And so it is a big leap and a big, thing that I'm doing to just show myself how much I believe in me and all of you, our connections, right? The two big things you need are people, like good people and good products. And like this group here is good people, and we are working on getting those good products into your hands. One thing about being in a startup is you guys are jumping in at the beginning and you have an edge, but the road is not paved. So we are looking to align and partner with people who are ready to, help us build the road as it comes at us. And we are so confident. I mean, the response has been overwhelming, and the amazing people who have given us buy-in. When I talked to Lori and she was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. I mean, that is a huge vote of confidence. One of the reasons that Lori was thought of for Frontline is because of exactly the things that she was doing at the beginning of this meeting, you guys. She's helping you already. She is planning ahead. She is helping you know exactly what to do and where to go. What an amazing leader. And I have just an enormous amount of respect for Lori. And I'm just going to let you guys ask me any questions that you have about Align and our plans.
I just want to say real quick that I grew up with Shanae in this business. And as soon as she mentioned what was happening, I was like, sign me up, because I know the kind of person Shanae is. I got to know her family. and I really feel like very confident about where she'll lead us in this new company. That trust factor is such a huge thing. So I'm excited to share this with everybody. I've got my own passion that's come back that I had in the early years of my social selling career. That's back and it feels really good. So it's not growing as fast as I would hope it would be, but I'm also really happy with the rate it is growing. I'm not stressed out, which is
Yeah.
something else that they're talking about. I'm not stressed out. I have a roadmap. If I get off track, then I just go look at the roadmap um and hop back in. So I want to say thank you, Shanae, for laying that stuff out for us. I got to take a little sneak peek at the whole quick start booklet. Is there anything you can tell us secretly about quick start?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, quick start. The rewards are going to be released. Honestly, we know what they're going to be. They're all of it is being made pretty right now. And basically, Sarah, Lucas, and I have written a book. So the way that Quick Start is going to work is you guys are going to have a PDF that you can download like a workbook and just go through every single day. There are daily tasks. There are, I mean, truly so much information. I mean, I think there's like a vendor event checklist in there. Like there are so many resources. And we are going to be focusing, helping all of the leaders walk you guys through a quick start as we start with Align. So that's something we're going to be working through all together. But I would say, okay, today is Wednesday, possibly by Friday, but probably for sure next week you will be able to see exactly what you guys are going to want to be pushing for as far as sales. We will have different options and different ways to hit your quick start goals. If you're a super salesperson, there's a just sales path. If you are someone who's an incredible team builder, you can lean into that more than sales. Okay, so there are options. That's one thing. If you guys look at the abundance plan and quick start, you're going to see that we recognize that not everyone is good at everything. And that doesn't mean you should not be rewarded, right? If you're someone who can just sell, 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 volume is what a company needs to survive. So we really want to make sure that we are recognizing and awarding and giving the opportunity to all types of business builders.
I love that part. It's very fresh. It's very it's kind of a relief because I think I'd shared with this group before, and I'll probably say it again tomorrow. With other companies, it's always been like a whack-a-mole situation where if you don't have so many people with this amount of personal volume, or this leg, or three legs, or five, or somebody's got to hit rank, it's just it's very refreshing to not have to deal with that when you're building your business, and to qualify for bonuses on your
Yeah.
own without a team is amazing. So I'm really excited about that. Maria,
Yeah.
yeah, Maria's been on a plan with me before that was a bit crazy, and it definitely was whack-a-mole. And also we've seen with other companies changes in the pay plan more
Yeah.
than once maybe. So
And one thing I will say about that, just as part of our values of integrity and always being honest, we are not saying that we will never change the pay plan. What our promise is that it's not going to be a whack-a-mole situation where you go from trying to build a company this way and switching it this way. We are a volume based abundance plan is volume based, and volume is volume, and we are committed to sticking with volume being volume. There may be tweaks, but you are not going to have to pivot. Loria and I lived in a couple of pay plans that were like whiplash,
oh,
this to that. And I mean, I had my pay chopped 2/3 from one pay plan to another because of how it was structured. And so We will not guarantee that we're never going to change the pay plan, but we will guarantee that we are sticking with it being volume based.
I appreciate that. I don't want whiplash again.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something more fun. Let's talk about products, because I want to know, Shanae, of the 4 products we're launching on March 1st, which one are you most excited about?
I am most excited for the red light one because I sourced that from beginning to end. I got the samples. When they arrived at the warehouse, I literally started crying. So I'm really excited for that one because of how it shows on social media, right? Like, it's a very visual tool. It's a great upsell, and it's very trendy right now. As far as which, I don't know, facial product, the Soothe. I am obsessed with that moisturizer. My husband was like, you should have called it swear word, yeah. He's like, because every night when I put it on, I'm like, swear word, yeah. So that is,
tried that one, so I'm excited. I love a good whipped moisturizer, so I'm pretty excited.
oh my gosh.
On that one.
I love it. I love it. So I'm really excited about one thing I was just talking about on another call with another team was we are launching with 4 SKUs, right? We have one that's already arrived at the warehouse. We're just like living on a wing and a prayer that everything else is going to come in. It will come in March. And we have, plan B, whatever, if it's not there March 1st exactly. But those products can be upsold a lot of different ways. I don't know if you were on social media today, but I shared 2 duos that you can share with your customer, right? So it doesn't just have to be like, oh, I only have 4 products. You can be like, oh, I have the Ritual Trio, which is going to be Clarify, Renew Serum, and Soothe Moisturizer, right? You have the Power Duo, which is the Renew Serum and the Red Light Wand. Or you have the Daily Duo, which is your exfoliating cleanser and Soothe Moisturizer. So even though I know it's like, oh, 4 products to begin with, I really truly believe, especially from a strategic standpoint, with you guys being here at the beginning, you are going to know these products inside and out. And we're committed to not having 5 million, moisturizers or 30 face washes you have to figure out. So it is really going to be advantageous for you to be sharing these as many different ways as possible with your customers, and they need time to get to know the brand. So I think it's going to be really advantageous for you guys to be here at the beginning and to just be able to share things slowly as they roll out. It's going to feel, I think the pacing is going to be really nice.
Well, that's a good point to make too, as some of us have worked with pre-launch companies before, or just companies that haven't had the product come in when they expected, that will need to be patient and pivot and remember that we are in a pre-launch situation.
We're in startup mode, y'all, right? And my husband and I have run a lot of different businesses. And I will tell you, to be a pro at business, you just need to believe that things are figure outable, and you need to just keep problem solving and moving through it. And that is one thing, like, as an executive team, it's pretty tough to get us very riled up about really anything. I don't know. I have been so surprised at how many things can go wrong and still just feel aligned. Like, we have just been like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna have to pivot, and then it like works out even better, right? So this is something, I mean, for me, that's kind of like, it's a sign that it's like meant to be right now. Like, things are falling into place. Truly, like, align is the perfect word for it, because the right people, the right timing, the right products, it's everything works out for us, you guys.
Well, and I was thinking right when you were saying all that, how calm, cool, and collected Shanae is. And if you didn't know me from before in the Pink Company, I did call Shanae the Lori Whisperer. So
That's true. Although I will say, Lori has had some interesting phone calls from me as well. I remember calling her.
Really good. We're in really
Huh?
good hands. I said we are in really good hands. So I'll just say that for sure. All right. And then the other question I had written down was, you kind of answered it already. We saw a timeline of the products, a hopeful timeline
Yeah.
of products that are coming. I was wondering, which of those products are you most excited about?
Well, the Elements line is going to be so freaking cute. I can't even deal with it. I use cute. It's honestly, I have been tasked with packaging, which I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
um, but I just saw the caps for our hand creams that are going to be released in April. I got photos of earth and water last night. Those scents, I'm going to say it right now, and then you guys tell me if I call it. Okay, I think the best scent or the best selling scent is going to be water,
Yep.
then earth, then air, then fire. Although I am obsessed with air and fire. Like, oh, they're really different. Earth and water, I think mostly just because they're a little bit sweeter, but they're different. So I'm really excited about the Elements line just because I think it also has like a really, as a strategic person, it has like a really cute kitsch to it, right? Where it's like, um, if you're an air sign, try this, or ooh, what's your moon sign, or whatever. Even though I'm not a huge, I don't live by zodiac, but it's a really cute and great way to gift and to talk to people about it. And then once people find the scent that they love, that they align with, they're going to be able to use that head to toe. So after the hand creams, I have body butter on its way to my house to try. So I think that's probably going to be the next Elements release, probably followed by the scrub, the scalp and body scrub.
Oh, I'm excited too to have what I call a story in the sense, and to be able to match. Like if I love water, which I already know I love it, that I'm going to be able to get that in a matching body butter, in a matching scrub like that. I always missed that part, so I'm really excited about having that. And I sent Maria a very worn out sample of beach blanket just so she'd know what the rest of us that came from the pink place were talking about. And I feel like this is a grown-up version of that. Like it is even, it'll blow your mind when you compare it to that. And that was a good product. So I'm excited to.
Yeah, I would say the scent deck is a little more complex.
Yeah.
So, right, look at all these things I'm learning, you guys. I'm really excited. We're also formulating a cleansing balm. Lori, have you gotten that one yet?
No, I think I'm waiting for some samples to come.
Yeah, you are. So we have a cleansing balm. We just sent a gentle cleanser back for reformulation. We think the pH isn't quite right. Like I love how it lathered up, but it was like stinging my eye just a little bit. And so I'm like, nope, not good enough. And that is one thing you guys will see with us. We are not going to panic and put things into your hands just because we panicked and put it into your hands.
Yes.
We refuse. Like if that means we run with, a few less products for a while, we're totally willing to do that because we want it to be right and not panicked. So I'm excited about a facial oil that we're formulating, and we just picked our 2 holiday scents.
Oh, yay.
So
yay.
uh-huh.
2 more questions for you. You ready? One was
Yep.
from Olene. She wanted to know if we'd have something similar to Boho Soul. That was a scent that she liked, which was that oud wood.
Oh, so okay, so that one, if I recall, had a slight musk to it.
I think so.
I would say
Not
fire.
Favorite
Fire
one.
will probably be the closest, which is it's kind of a smoky vanilla. I I am really excited for you guys to smell fire, and I want to know what you think because it's one that at first I was like, I don't know, how do you find a scent for fire, right? But like I think we nailed it. I'm really excited about that one. So I would say probably the closest would be that. Um, Air, we is that hand cream is probably going to lag just a little bit behind the other three because it was too lemon forward. The scent was like more of a lemongrass, really specifically lemongrass, and we didn't want it to be that. We want it to kind of be that lemon lavender, really fresh scent. So yeah,
Oh,
we're just
I'm excited.
I know. Oh my gosh, I know. I'm excited too. Okay, what's your other question?
The last question is I watched you grow up and hit social media and do all of those things. What is your biggest social media tip for everybody?
My biggest social media tip is to work in batches, schedule it and plan and schedule ahead. So I think the best way to work your social media plan is to make sure you're incorporating a lot of different ways that you're expressing, right? Live videos, boomerangs, anything that you can incorporate that looks a little bit different, so that it doesn't look exactly the same all the time, and pick a schedule and stick to it and then build on that. So one thing that really helped me with like Instagram specifically, if we're let's just take that one, is scheduling posts. And then my stories are more about like what's really happening right now, which is how it should be, right? So you can schedule stories. So sometimes I would schedule my post and then schedule a story and then be like, look at what I'm doing today, right? So
Is there a program you use for scheduling posts?
you know what? I have been using Meta for Facebook and Instagram, the Meta Business Suite. So if you have a page for your business on Facebook, it will post both places.
Okay. But a post needs to be a business page, right?
A business page. Yeah. Before that, I used Planoly, Planoly. So those are a couple of recommendations. The other thing that I would recommend is anytime you see anything cute or fun or beautiful or that makes you think, snap a picture. You do not have to social media in real time. But you're going to be really happy tomorrow when you're like, I've got to post something on social media. And you have a picture that you took of the cute street you walked down last week.
Yeah.
So
One thing I do remember working with you is that you would change your shirts many times in 1 hour if it was what you had to work with. And on that day where you had makeup on or was feeling
yeah.
really good, then that's the day that you did a bunch of social media lives or whatever,
Mhm.
not lives, but
Yeah.
reels.
I would do things back to back to back to back. I would record for at least if I'm getting ready, I'm filming 4 videos, right? And so I would start with my hair down and like this shirt on, and then my next video it would be like a little bit up, and then I would like change my lipstick, and I would just record back to back to back to back, and then I would also just batch edit and get it on YouTube. So
I think that's such a great tip for everybody that's so busy. Just
just
get it.
plan ahead, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like start with 3 to 4 days a week that you're getting content online. Pick somewhere to build to start with, get consistent, and then build and then build and then build.
Great. That's an excellent tip. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think, does anybody else have any questions? We covered a lot, but does anybody else have any questions? If you do, you could just unmute yourself or you
Have you
want
guys, I'm gonna throw a couple things out then, if that's okay.
yes,
Um, Convention,
oh, good.
we
That was on my list.
already, yeah, convention, we already have that scheduled. It is going to, I think we're gonna try to have it open to buy your ticket. It comes up fast. It's July 27th through the 30th. You can check the Align page for details. We have already done a visit to the location, and Jesse and Sarah and I will be there again in April to just make sure that everything is exactly how we want it. We have 150 tickets and a room block. It's going to be $299 for early bird registration. It's in Irving, about 10 minutes from DFW. So we did try to, I know for like people who are in the Pacific Northwest, it's like so far. But that's DFW is a really easy airport to get to. And one thing that I love about the location is there are restaurants within walking distance, restaurants with an S. There's places to go eat and other things to do. We will be providing some of your eats and treats. We'll have more details, but that's something if you guys think you can swing it, it is going to be fun and so intimate. It's going to be a small group, right? Because we're just starting. So if you want to get to know other people who are in Align, this is a great year to come.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That's actually one place I do want to travel this year. It's not in my RV.
Yeah, that's far. That's a far drive. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really big that I want to share with you guys. I mean, we have so many plans and so many things coming down the pipeline. I am so excited. I honestly didn't even think I would be like functioning at this point because I'd be so scared. But one of the biggest things that is showing me this is the right timing and the right company for me is the zen that I feel about it. Like I know whatever, wrenches get thrown in the plan, we'll be able to figure it out. And especially because we're partnered with the right people. So I'm super excited, but I'll stick around if you guys have any other questions for me.
Any other questions? I think we're all just really excited and can't believe it's only 2 weeks away.
I know. We just went over our virtual launch party plan. We are not doing anything on March 1st because we feel like we need to be available for anything that goes awry. But the second and third in the launch group, we are going to be giving away prizes and other things like that. So that's like a little sneak peek that you guys heard. You'll see it in the come through in the weekly email tomorrow. But we are going to have some fun things for you guys to look forward to as we launch. We're going to be giving away product from Align, and I think we have like a Lululemon belt bag and some other stuff like that we are ready to give away, and just truly thank the people in that group. We cannot believe how many people are in that launch group. We have
everybody, if they feel the same way as me, it's because we trust where you're taking us.
We are completely overwhelmed with how many people are in there. It's so exciting. And it actually made us pivot our beginning business plan. That's one of the reasons we have fewer products, is because we wanted to have more of each product. So we're doing what we can to avoid sellouts. So that was one of the pivots that we've already made as far as getting the business up and running. Is the interest made us be like, we need more inventory.
Well, I can tell you, I was playing with that red light therapy one today, and that's going to be a lot of fun to share.
I really do think that one will be. I love using it. Like, it takes a minute for it to get warm, but then I'm just like,
I'm gonna go do it now. This is going to kick us off in a second. Zoom's going to kick us off, but thank you for hanging out with us and spilling the tea. It was fun. It's good to see your face.
Oh, you guys too. And honestly, this is the best investment of my time, is with you. So like I said, we're not going to promise it'll be smooth sailing with no bumps in the road, but we do promise that our intention is to build something amazing for all of us. We want this to, if I can work with people that I love and be able to help care for my family, that's it. That's all I need. And I am just thrilled to see the faces on this call. So,
That's a good group.
mhm.
Well, thanks again, Shanae. We're excited, and we'll see you over in the Align launch team page.
Yes, you will. And we'll all see Lori tomorrow live to talk about why align. I'm excited to hear it, Lori. And all of you guys share your stories. That's the most important piece of why align.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks, you guys. This is going to kick us off, but thanks for showing up. I am so excited to work with her. Do you guys have anything to say while we have 2 minutes? I unmuted you and you're not being recorded. Wait.
Okay.